What's going on, guys? This is the Kentucky Prime Picks podcast. My name's Devin Hood, here with Gibb, Stewart, Burke, and Austin. We are officially at the end of the regular season of college basketball. It's came quick, ain't it, guys?
Too quick.
Very quick. Too quick.
Too quick.
No, Louisville's good. I enjoy what, I mean,
You're back in
I
basketball.
It's a whole new thing for
haven't
you.
missed a game, you know.
How's it feel?
It feels awesome.
Feels nice.
Even if we do make an early exit in the tournament, we made the tournament,
You were there.
and I'm hyped.
You won 20-plus
there.
games.
Huge.
Yeah. So, Gibb, what does our Saturday slate look like for us? We've got, like I said, end of the regular season, we've got a ton of big game matchups.
Oh yeah, there's quite a few good matchups on the list.
What
Start
we got?
out with number 19 Kentucky at number 15 Missouri. Missouri is the favorite right now at a 4.5 point spread. Over under set at 168.5. Money line is minus 210. Kentucky is plus 175.
All right. So if you listen to the Kentucky Prime Sports podcast, you gave our thoughts, predictions on this game. So we'll kind of go through this one a little quicker to get to everything else. But I think Kentucky's going to win this game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. I would think you look at that over on that point total.
168, I don't hate.
168, yeah, I don't hate that at all. Especially if this ends up being a 90 to 90 something game. I don't hate that at all. What do you think, Gibb?
Yeah, I definitely like the over in this one. The spread, I kind of want to bet Kentucky's like 4.5.
Yeah,
Give us a little cushion.
just in case we lose.
Yeah, in case we lose, I don't think it's going to be a massive loss.
Yeah.
I think it is going to be more of that Cinderella heartbreak 2 or 3 point game. So I don't hate the 4 point spread there.
Yeah, I do agree. I think 4.5 is. That's a big spread for. How close this game I feel like it's going to be.
And that's at even odds.
Yeah.
That's like plus 100 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's even. And I'm looking at plus 5.5 at minus 115. I don't hate that at all, considering I said that Kentucky would probably lose by like 5. So if they come out and win it,
Right.
it's just upside. That's
I agree
value.
with that. All right. Does anybody else have anything they want to add for Kentucky, Missouri that we haven't already said? Like I said, in the Kentucky Prime Sports podcast, so check it out. No? All right. Moving on to the next one, Gibb.
Next up, we have number 6 St. John's at number 20 Marquette.
They just
Number
beat them here
6 St.
recently,
John's.
boys.
Let's talk about that real quick. Number 6 St. John's. Ricky P.
Putting in work.
Let me give you the odds real quick. So Marquette is the favorite.
No shot.
Minus
They just
2.5.
beat 'em.
Over under set at 142.5. Money line minus 140. St. John is plus 120.
I'm taking St. John's all day long. Marquette's fraud.
I'm rolling with the Red Storm.
Yeah. Marquette just lost, like you said, they played St. John's recently. Marquette also just lost to UConn. Is that correct?
That
Yes,
is
sir.
correct.
Dan Hurley. Bum.
Marquette's another one of those teams. They start off the year ranked pretty high every single year,
Yep.
and then they get smacked.
It's like they think they still have Dwayne Wade.
Kind of like Gonzaga.
Yeah. They fell off
Bad.
hard this year.
It's like every year.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do not hate plus 120 for the Johnnies. I love that, actually. Stuart, what do you think about that? Giving plus money to Ricky P,
Yeah, I'll take it for
especially
sure.
if he comes out in the white suit again.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
not losing.
Bro, he ain't losing in that
He
white
ain't losing.
suit.
Marquette's look fraudulent, so
Always.
I really like plus money. I would have taken it minus like 120.
Yeah.
Plus 120.
Yeah, you throw a plus in front of it, even better.
I agree with that. All right, Gib, what we got next?
Up next, we have number 25 Mississippi State at Arkansas. This game is probably one of the tightest, at least through the ESPN odds that we've had. The spread is off.
Really?
No spread. Total is 148.5. Money lines both minus 110. This is through ESPN Bet. It's an even game. There's no money to be made on either side.
Arkansas wins.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I ain't
Yeah,
taking
that's
that.
crazy.
I could see John Calipari pulling it out, but at the same time, I could see him getting beat by 20.
Where's it at again?
At Arkansas.
At
But
Arkansas.
let's not forget, they scored 14 points in the first half against South Carolina.
Yeah. I had to go Mississippi State on this one.
That was one of those good losses y'all were talking about,
No,
though.
that's a bad loss.
Yeah.
The March loss, they're getting dialed in.
No, that's a bad loss.
Bad loss.
I would. If I had to take anything, I would take just, I guess, Mississippi State money line.
Yeah.
Since there's no spread. I mean, at what point is it illegal to not put out a spread? We start checking into the legalities of that.
I'm just going to say FanDuel has Arkansas by half a point favorite at -112, but the money line is -110. So you technically get better value by betting the money line. You do the spread.
For Arkansas.
Yeah.
That
No sense.
Why would you ever bet the spread? Yeah, I see why they turned it off because it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that makes
Yeah, that one.
no sense. So
That's
you would take the
weird.
money line all day. So I see why they turned it off.
Yeah. I would. I'd probably not touch this game personally.
No.
Okay.
If you force me to pick something, I would go Mississippi State.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if you force me to pick something, I'm going Arkansas.
And that's. I mean,
I think so too.
that's the toss up here. That sucks.
Yeah.
Give me something good, Gib.
Well, this next game, we'll see how you feel about it. Penn State at number 12, Wisconsin. Wisconsin is an 11.5-point favorite. Over under set at 154.5. They are -750 money line. Penn State's +475.
Give
Did
them
not realize Wisconsin was 12.
I didn't either.
That's another one, man.
When they do that,
They're 23-7.
That doesn't dictate 12, I don't.
No.
well, I mean, got a couple 10-loss programs up there.
Well, what's your all's record?
6-game loss.
What are you all ranked in the country?
14.
I'd rather see you all 12 from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Who's
I mean-
Wisconsin played?
Don't get me wrong, Louisville's schedule hasn't been.
Probably
Technically-
I mean,
Technically, we have our strength of schedule is 33, but
It's not bad.
no, it's pretty good. ACC's not the best this year.
They're awful.
probably one of the worst.
Yeah,
Duke
we look,
Louisville,
we
that's
look
it.
like we. It reminds me of the SEC for the past 100 years.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't know about all
They
that.
hate us because they hate us.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
we
you'll have all these conference tournament championships, but
Yeah, but I want to reiterate
Didn't earn
what I said. Give me a good one, please. I would not touch. I mean, Wisconsin.
I mean, that game's on Peacock. How good of a game can it be?
Oh,
Not good.
No.
can't be good. I'd rather play on the CW.
Well, up next,
Yes.
not much better.
Oh my gosh.
Number 10, Iowa State at
Bum.
Kansas State.
Dude, I hate that game. Let's go to the next. Go on.
Hold on.
I'll give you the lines
Give
real
us the
quick.
odds real quick, just for everybody that cares.
I don't want to hear him.
Iowa
don't wanna
State
hear 'em.
-7.5. Over under set at 140.5. Money line -290.
Bums.
And
If I had to bet that game, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's-
Both of these teams are teams that take your money when you bet on them.
Yeah.
So no,
Not
I'm
touching
taking that
either
money.
of
I'm keeping in my pocket.
and it's a 1:30 tip off. 1:30 Eastern.
If you've been listening to this podcast, you know what I personally think about Iowa State. Frauds, bums, trash,
Yep.
And you know what me and Stuart think about Kansas State?
Same exact thing.
frauds, bums, trash.
Yeah. No shot anybody's ever tuning into this game.
No.
Is that on what's that on?
Paramount Plus.
Our
Facebook Live.
local.
Yeah, local
Facebook.
channel, CBS.
G&G?
No disrespect.
Yeah.
Next.
Sorry guys, I don't make the schedule. South Carolina at number 4, Tennessee.
Don't care
Tennessee's
about
a
it.
15.5-point favorite. Over under set at 131.5. Money line -1800.
Okay.
One of the lower over unders we've had.
That's what I was about to say. What is that? What does 131.5 come out to for both teams? Roughly.
75.
65.
65.
65, 66,
Yeah.
and under.
I wouldn't hate the over on that.
I
No.
don't hate that either.
I mean, South Carolina, though, if they're up against a strong defense, they're not going to score. And Tennessee's not going to push it quick. So I could
Tennessee's
see-
offense hit or miss, dude.
Yeah. They're very fraudulent or they're very on it.
Yeah. I could. Well, since South Carolina's so bad, I could see Tennessee. I don't know, pushing 80.
Maybe.
And then if South Carolina just gets 60,
75-60.
yeah, something. I mean, I could see that. I wouldn't hate the over in that game. I wouldn't take spread.
No, 15.5 is
Way too much.
way too volatile
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't take the money line because
No value.
minus 1,800.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks. But I don't hate the over. I would take a look at that. What we got next, Gib? Give me something decent, brother.
Please.
We got the Cardinal versus the Cardinals.
Oh,
Stanford
Cardinals.
at number 14 Louisville.
The Cardinals beat the Pine Trees by 40.
Spread is minus an 11.5. Over under set at 149.5. Louisville's favorite minus 800
At Louisville.
at Louisville.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'm
a
gonna-
long one.
I'm going to say two things here. All right. One has a little bit to do with the game. One has nothing to do with it at all. But Stanford and Louisville played this year in football, right?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Louisville got beat.
And they were riding high, looking pretty good.
Man, barely.
Stanford crushes the dream, right?
Just barely.
Next thing I'm going to say, as of right now, I don't know if this has changed, but Louisville is doing their senior day festivities after the game.
That's stupid.
Ooh.
Okay. The only reason I feel like that has any sway, Alabama did that their last game, and they lost to Florida. All right. So you had all your seniors get recognized for all their years of service playing for this Alabama team in front of 100 people because they lost.
Well,
All right. What are the odds? Louisville loses, do senior day activities after the game. Nobody's there because you just lost to the pine trees of California.
Well, I'd say the odds
One
are probably
thing.
plus 500.
Yeah.
one thing. This is Stanford, not Florida.
I mean, I see that.
I want to mention the football game real quick.
That was.
You have to fly like halfway across the world just to play a conference game.
Yeah.
And you
Hold
lose
on.
by 3 points. I don't know if it's that crazy.
The Atlantic Coastal Conference.
Yes, yeah.
So you flew to the Pacific Ocean to play an Atlantic Ocean game.
Yeah, no, that would screw with my head 100%.
What's up with that?
They never seen trees that big out there. Out here,
No,
It
we,
just
we,
throws
don't,
them
we,
off.
don't, we don't have those trees
Yeah.
here, dude.
So I saw a thing earlier. Last game Louisville played, Rain Smith went out with a lower leg injury. Is there any update on him?
I'd say he plays. It wasn't like I think it was one of those injuries where he could have came back in that game, but we didn't. We didn't necessarily need him.
Okay.
And his family just flew 6,000 miles. He's Australian. They flew 6,000 miles to watch him play. They're staying till I think they said they're staying till the 24th. So they're going to be able to see this game.
From a team standpoint, though, I mean, I don't watch any Louisville basketball apart from Kentucky. Is he
That's crazy.
second best player? Chucky's best player, right?
Chucky's best player. I would say Rain Smith is probably third or fourth best player.
Do you
Yeah.
sitting? If there's any possibility of him being hurt, he's a shooter, right?
That's all he does. Yeah.
If there's any possibility of him having some type of lower leg injury, do you sit him?
If his family wasn't here, yes. But it's kind of a big deal,
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
they flew as far to watch him play as you all did to play Stanford last year.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is he a senior?
Yes,
Okay, so I would say he will play.
I'd say he'll play. With that being said, senior night aside, family here aside, don't play him.
Yeah.
Rest him for the ACC tournament, but
I know Louisville has bad luck with lower leg issues as well.
yeah.
I feel like he just rolled his ankle or something.
It-
Okay. So
I
it
think he'll be
wasn't
back.
It
bone
didn't
out of the
necessarily
leg.
look like
No, definitely wasn't that.
It didn't look like an ankle injury though. It looked like a calf injury or something.
Like just a strain, Charlie horse, anything like that?
Not a Charlie horse, no.
Achilles, Kobe.
I don't think it's Achilles.
This says he's day-to-day with an ankle injury.
Okay.
Really?
Does the ACC have to put out injury reports like the SEC or no? I don't think so.
I don't know the rules on it.
So before every SEC game, the team has to put out an injury report. But you don't have to do it for non-conference, so I'd say you will probably don't have to. But that's where it's like, it's legitimate. It's like, hey, if you say this guy's out, he cannot play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, day to day, I guess, wouldn't rule anybody out.
Probably.
It's questionable. Yeah.
Or questionable. Yeah, I mean, what'd you say the spread was on that game?
11 and a half?
11.5.
Austin says they win by 40.
That was cap. I'd say they win by 15 plus.
You think 15, so you think they
Yeah.
cover?
Oh, yeah.
Stuart, what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, 12-point win or something at home against Stanford. I mean, yeah, I don't see
Not
that.
crazy.
Yeah, no, that's very
Playing
likely.
a pine tree, I think we win.
Yeah.
148.5 total.
I'm not gonna.
You like the over, you like the under, you don't.
I'm not gonna bet that.
Stay away from it.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends.
They seem to like to put up points.
I'm just not familiar with
But here the
How
past,
Stanford.
Yeah.
here the past couple games we haven't put up
As many.
an absurd amount of points. No.
Not
especially
pushing 90.
if
No.
Rain Smith is.
Yeah, we need.
If
Rain
he's not
Smith.
100%, even if he plays and he's not 100%.
Right.
And the
The
thing
under's
is,
sneaky.
he's been off the past 3 games. Chucky and Edwards kind of picked
Yeah.
up the slack though. Dude, Chucky,
He's nice.
he's him. I'm telling you.
I mean, he's no Lamont Butler.
No, he's better.
Anyhow,
You can't.
next game, yep.
Next up, I would say is probably the matchup of the day. Is number 7 Alabama at number 1 Auburn.
Alabama
That's
wins.
that's a barn burner.
Johnny Broom's a bum.
Auburn is a 7.5 point
Hit's gonna give
favorite.
out on him.
Yep, Cooper Flag.
Auburn 7.5 point favorite.
One of the higher over unders we've had at 178.5. Money line is minus 340 for Auburn, plus 270 Alabama. Matchup predictor has Auburn as a 77.2% chance. Alabama 22.8
It's at Auburn.
at Auburn.
I'm still taking Bama.
Still taking Bama.
Yeah.
What do you think, Bert?
I can't see Auburn losing 2 in a row.
Right. I mean, they lost Texas A&M to get prepared for this. It kind of, seemed like.
I gotta go. I gotta go with the Tigers.
Can you see Bama losing 3 in a row?
Ooh.
Mm. Well, when you put it that
When
way.
you put it that way, I think I gotta take Bama.
Oh, I don't know.
30-point game against Tennessee, 5-point game against Florida. Now you go into Auburn.
Okay,
Well,
I retract my statement. The Tennessee loss, that was a last-second shot buzzer beater.
Yeah.
I'm going back to the Tigers.
Actually, fun fact: we're recording this in a cardboard box because I put my house on Alabama to beat Tennessee. Okay. That was bad. That
Yeah.
was a bad beat.
I got something that's cash, though.
Let's hear it.
Bama, what, plus 7.5 on the spread?
yeah,
I don't hate that.
I don't hate that at
I mean,
all.
what, you think even if they lose by like 6 or 7 points, you still cash? Or they win, like, that's likely.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
What are
the
the odds
main
they
thing.
get beat by 10?
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I think it'll still be a close game. They still put up a lot of points. I still don't see them getting, like, blown out.
Yeah. They lose to Tennessee at Tennessee on a last-second buzzer beater. Lose to Florida by, would you say, 5?
Yeah. See?
Florida has a better offense than Auburn. As Austin said, Johnny Broom's a bum.
Big time.
I'm gonna call him Johnny. I'm not doing the Jonah,
No.
Johnny.
Joni, or whatever the hell they call him.
Don't cry, Joni. You know,
I ain't doing it.
little Conway. I think Broom scores under 11.
You think under 11?
Yep. Johnny Bum.
There'd be some money on a under for his point total, I'd say.
Oh, for sure.
Didn't he get hurt the last game? Didn't he get shook up?
I'm
His
not
hip-
sure.
His hip, he probably needs a hip replacement.
I think there was something up with that.
Did he crack his bifocals?
Maybe.
He wears the sweatband to hide that hairline going all
Yep.
the way back. He's got the braid, so it looks like it's there, but
It's not.
it ain't
Is he
there.
a lottery pick? No.
No.
No. He's on top of being older, he's not. Like they said, Oscar Sheboy's game doesn't translate to the NBA. His game does not translate
Definitely
to the
not.
NBA.
No, he's a second round pick.
You think he gets drafted?
I think he gets drafted in the second round.
Yeah. Does he go? Does he have a year left?
He can't have a year
He
left.
probably has 2 years left, honestly.
Probably a COVID year, right?
Yeah, COVID year, probably a red shirt, probably a
Just because you're here a year.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate the Alabama 7.5.
He had a stinger in his left shoulder, by the way,
Mm.
and he checked out of the game for a little bit. But I think
He
came
checks
back.
out for a stinger.
Yeah, soft. Bone,
Not only is he
some
a
would
bone,
say.
he's a soft bone.
Yeah.
It's the best kind of bone.
Up next, we have Northwestern at number 13, Maryland. Maryland
when
is
the hell did Maryland get ranked 13th?
That's crazy.
They're another one of those 23-7 teams. I don't know if they have some decent wins or just a couple losses push them up to the top.
I swear we watch basketball. And when the hell did Maryland?
Great
when did that
question.
happen? I don't know. What's the
Maryland's
numbers?
10.5-point favorite. Over under set at 140.5. Minus 600 money line. Northwestern is plus 400.
Okay, so at the beginning of this podcast, we said we got a nice full slate of big games. It seems like that was a lie.
Just more of final games.
Yeah.
Maybe not big games.
You know,
Nothing big really going on here.
I don't think I'm touching Maryland and Northwestern.
No, not at all.
That's a game I'm scrolling right by. What do we got next, Gib?
Next up is number 22, Texas A&M at LSU.
A&M wins easy, no?
A&M's a 5.5-point favorite. Over under set at 141.5. Money line minus 240. LSU plus 200. Home game.
Give me the 5.5 spread. I think LSU's giving up. I think we've seen that really, come out in the Kentucky game. They got down, just really didn't give a
Tickets as low as $2.
No
Surely
way.
not.
We're going down to Baton Rouge?
$2.
You're telling me I have to go to the Bayou and pay $2?
Wow.
Just thought I'd sprinkle that one in there. Is that their senior night?
Yeah. Do we alternate spread that? Texas A&M 10.5, 9.5.
20.5?
$2 give. You're telling me I can get into a college basketball game for less than I can pay for a McDouble?
Yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
You would pay
Insane.
more for the meal or the beer you get or the bottle of water than you would for your ticket.
Yeah.
I'm
Do
gonna
you
go ahead
think-
and guarantee the McDouble would be a better deal, though.
Could I go to the game with a McDouble in hand and exchange it for a ticket?
They didn't
Like,
change
They
I
have
it.
to give me change back.
They give you a couple fries.
Like,
This is off topic, kind of, but speaking of low ticket prices, did you all see the Clippers game the other night?
what was it, like 300 people there? or
They had
something?
260 people in attendance. They were giving away tickets.
That's less than a high school game.
Yeah,
That's
260.
And they just got that new stadium,
Yep.
real big, fancy. That's sad.
You could have bought not a court side, but kind of front row seat, $4
Wow.
at an NBA game.
What was courtside? Nothing over 20. You can't.
Yeah, these were like in the courtside section,
Right,
so you could have. I didn't look into it, but
right.
you might have been able to sit courtside for $4.
That's sad.
That's insane.
So I will say we have 7 games left, and there might be one game that we talk more about than
Then skipping.
yeah.
Well, you hold on to that one game, Gib, because I don't want to hear the other 6.
I don't even know if it's one of the ones you'd want to consider being the one game.
You know
Is
me,
it-
Gib.
Is it Duke Carolina?
It's Duke Carolina.
Duke wins by 25. Cooper Flag drops 30.
What are the odds? Not realistic, but just hypothetically speaking out loud. Carolina 1-10 in quad 1 games. Terrible. No way they get in the tournament. But just one little, F you to end the season. Beat Duke.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but
They could
it's
have-
very improbable.
Right.
I'd say there's a 0.8% chance of happening.
Not even a whole.
I'll let you know the matchup predictor when we get to it. I'll give you the actual percentages.
It's probably ugly. It is at Carolina.
It is at Carolina, but
Real quick though about the Clippers, they've had a really big problem for a long time getting people to go to their games.
Yeah.
I think it's an LA problem.
Yeah,
You
there's
got-
so much to do.
Yeah, and you got 2 miles to drive to get to it, and it takes you an hour.
It's so congested. There's so much to do in LA, and then they're the B team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot working against them. I know whenever we lived in California, you get Clippers tickets for free. You know, they would give them away constantly on base.
yeah,
Just, you know, hey.
little MWR thing like, hey, we got you pretty good tickets if you want to go to the game.
Like, we have 600 tickets available to any veteran that wants them or military. So, I mean, it was bad.
I'm guessing that after it was all said and done, they had about 600 tickets left.
Probably 598 because me and Elizabeth went to one.
I'd go.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
I'd definitely go. $4, dude.
But like you
I'm
said,
in
you
there.
live, even if you live legitimately 30 minutes away, it's going to take you an hour and a half
Yeah.
to get there. And then parking, oh my god, I remember parking was terrible. Leaving was terrible.
It
I got
must
to
be
see
one of those things you Uber to.
probably.
If you could get an Uber.
We didn't live close enough to Uber.
I would say, I feel like that's one of those things like, yeah, you're only like 7-8 miles from it, but Uber in there, you're looking at like $150 Uber or some shit.
Yeah, we were probably like 25 miles from downtown LA, so like it was too far to Uber like that.
Yeah.
But I did get to see the Shaq statue. That was cool. I feel like the Kobe statue was there at that point, right?
Should have been, yeah.
I think it was. I do remember the Shaq, you know, because it's hanging off the side of the building. Super cool. Staples Center, cool little environment. Sindarius Thornwell, does anybody know who that is?
Yeah.
Played in South Carolina, went to a Final Four with them. He was on the team that year as a rookie for the Clippers. He was introduced last. I was the only one in the entire Staples Center that clapped for him.
That's crazy.
Just because he was the only SEC guy there. I was like, hey, I'm going to represent the South here, the Southeastern Conference. And
You were the only one.
yeah, I was the only one. I was like, woo!
Woo!
Yeah, it was quiet. I think they played the Suns that night too, which was kind of weird. Because it was before the Suns were good. The only player they had at that point was Devin Booker. That was a bad game.
They didn't have Ayton back then either, did they?
Didn't have Ayton yet. Yeah, it was just Devin Booker. Super boring, actually, now that I think about it. That was a snooze fest of a game.
Probably why they were giving the tickets away.
Probably
Well,
was.
On to the next snooze fest. We have number 24, Arizona at Kansas. Kansas is a 3.5 point favorite. Over under set at 152.5. Kansas is minus 165. Arizona's plus 140 on the money line.
All right. I'm not going to talk about the betting aspect of this game at all. I'm going to talk about how the Kansas Jayhawks have become one of the top 3 bummiest programs in the country this year. What is up with that?
Yeah, they're one of the bum bloods.
Yeah.
Bum blood.
Bum bloods.
I mean, we all know a mutual, I'm not going to say friend, acquaintance, previous acquaintance, guy, big Kansas fan for some reason. I hope he's taking this to heart. They are bums.
Major.
Absolute terrible. They may win this game.
Could.
Doesn't change the fact that they're bums.
Yeah. And I'm not putting money on it either.
No,
I ain't
not
betting
betting
We
it.
know they're bums.
They had that, I think it was Houston, right? They had a chance to win, just choked. Looked absolutely terrible. Bums.
For sure.
Skip it, Gib. Give me another one.
Up next, we have Ole Miss at number 5, Florida. Florida's 11.5 point favorite. Over under is 156.5. And Florida is minus 700. Ole Miss is plus 450 money line.
One thing Austin has said recently on this podcast, he thinks Florida is one of the best teams in the country.
I'd say they're better than Auburn.
I mean, they really turned it on. I think Kentucky really caught them at the right time to get that win.
For sure.
I think if they played now, I wouldn't want to see them in the SEC tournament.
No, it might get ugly.
It could get ugly. This is a game, though, I think Florida's probably going to win. I wish this game was at Ole Miss. I think that would make it a little more interesting. Because Ole Miss, I mean, they're not bad.
No.
No, they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I
It helped.
think being at Florida is going to make it, too much to
Yeah.
handle.
Yeah, I want to see it at Ole Miss so I can put money on Florida and get better odds.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, there's no value in minus 700. I
No.
don't like 11.5.
No.
And maybe I would take the over at 156 or 157.
Right, you got to assume Florida's probably going to score 95.
Yeah, and I would assume Ole Miss isn't going to get destroyed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't hate the over. I agree with that. Moving on.
Up next, we have, as it loads, Virginia Tech at number 11 Clemson.
Clemson wins that game by
Clemson is a 17.5 point favorite.
Good
They win
Lord.
by
Over
20.
under 137.5. Minus 3,000 money line.
So they think Clemson is absolutely going to dominate, and Virginia Tech is going to score 10 points.
Virginia Tech has less than a 5% chance to win on the matchup predictor.
Obviously, like Austin said, Clemson's going to win the game. I'm not touching the spread. I'm not touching the over-under.
I'm just putting straight money on Clemson.
Yeah, maybe you pick it in there with another 8, 9, 10 leg parlay, and you get a little value.
It's a
out
sure
of it.
thing. It's a
Yeah.
sure thing.
Watch them get beat. We said it's a sure thing. Virginia
never
Tech's
know.
going to win.
Yeah,
Might
load
be-
the boat on
Might be
Virginia
getting
Tech.
that good March loss, man.
Might have to. All right, Gib, move on.
Next up, we have number 2 Duke at North Carolina. Duke is a 10.5 point favorite. Over under set at 157.5. Money line minus 650. Carolina is plus 425.
I'm surprised the spread's not bigger, honestly.
That
And
game gets ugly quick.
matchup predictor,
75 dude.
No, more than that.
20.8% chance North Carolina has a win. 79.2 for Duke. I feel like that should be-
Wait.
Duke has a 79.2% chance of winning.
That's
I figured it would have been in the 80s.
I thought it would too.
That's fair.
I mean, it's pushing 80, but
Duke
At
wins
North
by
Carolina.
20. Cooper
Yeah.
Flag scores 30.
Cooper Flag scores 30.
Yeah.
Tickets
You heard it here first.
Tickets?
as low as 240.
No, shot. $2.40?
240.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I was going to
Let's
say Gib.
We're making a trip.
Yeah, to watch the best player in college play.
Does Cooper Flag, off topic for the bet, I think Duke's probably going to win. But does Cooper Flag, if he gets 30, does that cement him for National Player of the Year?
I think he's already National Player of the Year whenever
Yeah.
Broome dropped 9 and then 8.
You think so?
And meanwhile, Cooper Flag's dropping 24 and 28.
And can't forget the head-to-head.
Yeah, head-to-head, he smacked Johnny Broome, won the game. Dropped 22 on his head.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can see it
At 17 years old.
at 17.
yeah, not 27. Broome's got 10 years on him and still got
I love how the age gap gets
larger.
getting higher and higher.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
what
just
is he,
getting older.
22, 23? But still.
By the time the national championship game rolls around, if Auburn's still in it, he's going to be 47.
Yeah, they're picking up
At a
At a
headstones.
minimum.
Picking up his I love
Looking
it.
at nursing homes.
Up next, we have number 9, Texas Tech at Arizona State. Texas Tech is a minus 10.5 point favorite. Over under set at 151.5. Money line minus 600. Plus 400 for Arizona State.
Is Dan Hurley's brother still the coach of Arizona State? Bob Hurley?
Didn't know he had a brother.
Yep, he played for Duke.
Yep.
You don't remember Bobby Hurley?
No.
Yeah, Bobby Hurley, Dan Hurley's brother. I know he coached at Arizona State. I don't know if he's still there or not. I would assume he is.
I think he is.
Side note,
He's
Arizona
not.
State's last game, they played Arizona. They lost, but it was 113 to 100.
Good Lord.
Like, imagine slamming that over.
I feel like if the over gets blown out that much, you should get more money back.
Yeah, you should double it up real quick.
Yeah.
Tickets, as low as $7.
$7.
Probably get you maybe a beer, maybe not, depending on the stadium. I don't know how their prices are. But I feel like they could get you at least a bottle cap off the beer.
You know, that is one thing that sucks about living where we live. You know, Kentucky, obviously, great basketball program. Louisville, good basketball program. We're never going to get into a game for $2.
No.
$7, $10. Not happening. I mean, nosebleeds at Rupp, you're still looking at $60, $70 a ticket,
Oh, for sure.
no matter the game. What is that? Cooper Flagg minus 550 for National Player of the Year. Johnny Broome plus 400.
Bum.
That's not as much of a controversy as the Travis Hunter, Ashton Genty Heisman race.
Yeah.
Got robbed still.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
robbed.
definitely did.
Throw it out there.
Also, quick note: Bobby Hurley still coaches Arizona State
Does he? I figured he did.
since 2015.
He does just well enough to
Stick around.
stick around.
You don't have to do much there.
Yeah, that is true. You gotta wonder. Bobby Hurley played basketball at Duke.
Yeah.
Dan Hurley,
He didn't.
did he play basketball?
I don't think he. Not at Duke, I don't think
I mean,
he did.
yeah, definitely not at Duke, but like, I don't know, what his basketball.
Seton Hall,
He played at Seton Hall.
Seton Hall.
All right.
91-96.
You gotta wonder, where does the disconnect for coaching happen between that family? Dan Hurley, national championship back to back. Bobby Hurley, hanging
Bum.
out at Arizona State. If my brother's one of the best coaches in college basketball, quote unquote, I'm probably going to call him up and be like, "Hey, Dan, what are you doing over there?
Well,
Give me
we're
some
doing
pointers.
Give me some
dog.
tips, man.
Yeah,
Maybe send some guys to the portal my way, something."
for sure.
Hook
Something
it up.
right.
All right, Gib, what's next?
Second to last game of the night. Number 3, Houston
Bums.
at Baylor.
Bums.
Bombs.
So
Next.
as of now, the spread is minus 4.5 for Houston. Over under set at 131.5, and money line minus 200. The spread opened for this game at minus 7.5.
Yeah.
So it's dropped a lot.
You're telling me the number 3 team in the country can't beat?
Unranked Baylor.
An 18-12 Baylor.
Wait,
Not
they're
more than
minus
5.
200. The
Yeah.
number 3 team in the country is minus 200 against an unranked opponent.
Yes.
It's almost like, hear me out here, Houston's a bunch of bums.
Fraudulent.
Vegas
Whoa.
knows.
All right.
I don't know what the AP poll's talking about, but Vegas knows better.
This is one thing I mean, absolutely, totally disagree with people that talk ball. Houston is not good.
No.
They play good defense. I'll give them that. But they are not a well-rounded team.
Texas A&M plays good defense. Are
Are they the best team?
they the best team in the country?
Yeah.
No.
You know, and specifically here I'm talking about, Drew Franklin, Matt Jones on KSR. I mean, they're riding Houston
They're riding it.
hard. They are not good.
They're not good.
I feel like Houston could be like one of those first teams out. Tournament time.
I will be Houston very well could get a 1 seed without things, shake out. Definitely a 2. I wouldn't be scared to play them at all.
No.
I don't care, Kentucky, Louisville,
UMBC.
Arkansas, UMBC, Las Vegas Technical Institute of the Arts.
I like to compare them to the Virginia team that got upset by the number 1.
Yeah.
Or,
That's a good
number
comparison.
16. I mean, it's like a team that's all defense, but you can't score anything. And guess what? You lose in March.
Yeah. You get one team that comes in with a Jack Golke or an Ali Faroukman-ish.
One guy that gets a little bit hot, and he's outscoring your entire team.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. That's not good.
No. And that's one thing, too. They keep talking about, well, Houston's always had the defense, but this year they have the offense. What's the over-under in that game, Gib?
Probably
131.
Yeah.
That's not offense.
That is not offense. They averaging 74.5 points a game.
But I will say, ESPN, the matchup predictor, gives them a 70% chance to win at minus 200. I like the minus 200 a lot.
Yeah. I think they'll win.
Yes.
They'll probably win by 5.
I love the money line, but I still think they're bums in the grand
Yeah.
scheme of things.
If they make it to the Elite 8,
There's no shot.
I'll be shocked.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're
So
around a 32 exit.
they're on a 9-game winning streak. Is this one of those games where you're like, okay, this is one we need to lose to rehumanize and kind of just be like, hey, we're alive, we can lose, so we got to step it up.
I think scoring 54 points probably keeps you alive better than losing. It's like, gosh dang, I put up this by myself in high school.
Yeah, there's only like 12 made baskets in the game, dude. Yeah, I'm going to be down to earth.
Yeah, I hate them.
Yeah. Overhyped.
They are.
Had a way better team last year, and they're still fraudulent.
Yeah.
Is this the new Gonzaga?
Bums.
Bingo. Yep.
I think Gonzaga, I don't know, Gonzaga always scored points, but they never played anybody.
No.
At least they can score.
Yeah, at least they can score. Kind of like Tennessee right now. I mean, I think Tennessee's better than Houston, and they can't score either. If Tennessee and Houston played tomorrow,
It'd be like a
I would take
14-point
Tennessee.
game.
yeah,
It'd be like, final score would probably be like 37-38. It's like, oh yeah, that's the best defensive game we've ever seen.
yeah,
It's like, no, nobody could hit a shot.
yeah. I think Tennessee would probably win. If they played tomorrow, I think Tennessee would win by 10.
For sure.
I would say, I would see that game ending probably like 72 to 58.
Yeah.
Houston, bums. Kansas, bums.
Bums.
Up next, bums. Utah at number 23, BYU.
Riding with the Mormons, baby.
Go Mormons.
BYU is a minus 12.5.
Go ahead and say it, Austin.
Soaking.
Over 100 is set at 153.5. Money line BYU minus 800. Utah plus 500. Tickets as low as $144.
Oh, their
high.
cocks are out if they pay that.
144.
Yes,
That's high.
that is very high.
I'd
Give
pay.
me $2 with LSU and Texas A&M.
I'd pay 20 to not go.
Yeah.
100%.
I'll donate 20 to the FanDuel before I
Yeah.
go to that game.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, sir, do you want these free tickets or do you want us to double and give them to the
There
next
you go. Yeah. $20 didn't keep them.
Like, we can't double it.
Please don't
double
let me
it
go to
anymore.
this game.
They get to the end, it's like, sir, we have 800 tickets to this game. Please take them.
Keep scamming.
No shot.
That better be front row talking to Dickie V up there.
Yeah, for sure.
If not, I'm let down.
Yeah. But anyway, Mormons. Love it.
And that wraps up our slate.
That's crazy. Those
Crazy.
games sucked.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, the game's going on right now. Not much better.
Sucked. Purdue.
Number 18 Purdue at Illinois.
Yeah, they're about
It's
to
a
lose to
one-point
Illinois,
game.
isn't it? Aren't they?
Purdue's up by 1 right now. A minute 30 to go. And then
You know, as good of a game as that sounds, I still wouldn't tune in.
Yeah.
I hate Purdue.
I agree with that 100%.
South Florida at number 16 Memphis.
Boo.
That game's at halftime tied at 35.
Memphis sucks.
All right. So I've been placing some bets here. I got something cooked up here. You want to hear it?
I love it.
Well, let it
All right.
rip.
It's a six-legger. Just a little six-legger.
Don't
all right?
hate it.
All right. Kentucky plus 5.5. St. John's money line. Over on the South Carolina-Tennessee game at 131.5. Louisville minus 11.5. Bam at plus 7.5. And Houston money line, $10 pays $587.
Jesus Christ.
A little bit of a boost in there on FanDuel,
Yeah.
but if not, it'd still be plus, I don't know, 4,000.
Yeah. Is that the Bussin' with the Boys boost?
No, it was something for like a parlay builder for college basketball.
Oh, okay.
But still, even if not, it's $10 win 410.
Yeah, I love that.
I like it.
Yeah, nothing's the furthest thing is St. John's money line, and the best odds of happening is Houston. They boosted it to minus 169. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't hate that at all. You will have to send that in the group chat.
I'll share it.
Speaking of bets, I just got a bad one, boys.
Oh no.
So I did an over-under for Murray State and Bradley. All right. Both teams averaging about 74, 75 points a game. Over-under was set at 133.5, right?
Mm-hmm.
In theory, they both hit that. That game went to final. Bradley won 70-62.
Dang.
So that means they scored a total of 132 points, and I had them over at 133.5.
Dude, it's crazy. Vegas knows.
They were right on it.
Yeah, I
dude.
mean,
That sucked.
Like, I wish we could take advantage of it, but
Two
they're
points off.
too good. They're too dialed in on these, the odds and everything.
Yeah, and the worst part is, if you listen to the Kentucky Prime Sports podcast, we were talking about Big Cat being on his 13-0 run. I parlayed that with his pick, and so I put the money that I won from his last two on it. So I was out, about $65 on that one.
Ow, ouch.
F in the chat. That sucked.
A moment of silence.
Yeah. That's how she goes, though.
Yep, that's
Wait,
betting for you.
But Stewart's parlay 6 legs going to hit tomorrow. It's going to get us
That's
right back
cash.
in the positive. So
Yeah, no, I love it.
yeah, I do too. But yeah, Houston bums. Let's not forget that.
Johnny Broom.
Bum.
Old bum.
Kansas State.
Bums.
Iowa State.
Bums.
Arizona State.
Bums.
Kentucky.
Bums.
Chill. All right, guys.
Thought I had y'all.
We're gonna move
That was close.
into the Lil Wayne bracket. This is for all the marbles here, boys.
This is it.
Championship game. Players play, winners win, and cheerleaders cheer.
Somebody play One Shining Moment.
What should we need it? What song is that from? Players play, winners win, cheerleaders cheer.
I don't have a clue.
Couldn't tell you.
It's Wayne. It's escaping me at the moment.
Probably one of the ones that got knocked out in the round of 64.
Oh, it definitely.
It probably didn't even make it.
Gibbs looking it up because now it's going to bother me. Players play, winners win, and cheerleaders cheer.
What's the next bar?
I can't say it. I think it's one of his iconic, Wheezy F Baby and the F ain't for fear, one of those
Yeah.
type of things. But what are we getting here, Gib? We need
Loading screen.
results.
I'm getting absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I'm getting jacked.
No, it's a song.
Yeah, I think you're crazy.
It's
He's
a
capping. He's
thing.
capping.
No. We actually are no cappers on here. If y'all don't recall that from episode 1.
What was the bar?
Players play, winners win, and cheerleaders cheer. Nightmares at the bottom.
No shot in front.
I
Yeah.
couldn't
anything.
find
Type in
anything.
Lil Wayne, players play, winners win, Nightmares at the bottom pops up.
I did that. I got nothing.
Really? That's crazy. I'll play it for y'all.
Now I
after.
got it.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it did come up.
You found it?
It's players play, coaches coach.
That's
and
what it was.
cheerleaders.
Whatever. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. Players play, coaches cheer.
I was typing winners win and they
I'm
couldn't find
trying to
anything.
keep the spirit when the ghost
Yeah, type
disappear.
I have players play and then put C, and it's like, oh,
You're talking about this.
yeah, Nightmares at the bottom, Lil Wayne.
So your friend's an idiot. Basically what it said. Alright. So, like I said, all the marbles. Bill Gates coming in as the, let me see if I can find it. They were a 3 seed. Alright.
Solid.
Going against right above it. Right above it was a 7 seed.
Okay, that's a little cap.
That's disrespectful.
So a 3 seed Bill Gates versus a 7 seed right above it. We offered to listen to these prior to us recording this. Austin said he doesn't need it. So I guess that spoke for the rest of us. We'll leave this off. Austin Lanham. Bill Gates
I
versus
want
right above
to
it.
go later.
You want to go last?
I want to see what y'all have to say.
Who wants to lead it off?
I'll go.
All right, go ahead, Bert.
Right above it.
Right above it.
Crazy talk.
It's the wrong answer.
Right above it has 1. We'll go Stewart next.
I'm
Since
sorry,
he-
excuse me. A little bit out of turn, but
Since
this
he
is
said
easy.
wrong answer, I think we know how this is going to go.
Bill Gates for sure.
Bill Gates, we're 1-1.
Right above it.
Right above it with
Whack. Bill Gates, for sure.
2. Gosh, I'm the tiebreaker, boys.
The buzzer beater.
Which one had a feature and what didn't?
Yeah.
See, now, this coming down to me, I wish we would have listened to him. Because,
Do we need to have a bye week to let everybody get familiar with the songs?
do we need a
We're already
I
into
think we're
it.
already too deep. Oh, man.
I
That's
just don't want
tough.
you to make the wrong choice here.
I know. Do we need to pause and come back?
No, you can't pause
What's
the
your gut
game.
saying?
Well, so my
Just say it.
Just say it.
my gut's saying right above.
Let's
saying-
go.
His gut's wrong. He's just hungry. or
That's just
something, dude.
gas, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not. He doesn't know ball.
Yeah.
You see, so that's the problem. I'm not as familiar with Bill Gates as you all. I'm very familiar with right above it though.
I feel like more people are familiar with right above it than Bill Gates.
Most people are non-ball knowers.
Yeah. It's true.
Right. So yeah, if we're going right off the rip, right above it.
Let's go.
Right above it takes it 3-2. That was a heck of a bracket.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. I hope everybody enjoyed listening to us talk the Lil Wayne songs as much as we did. Did we start that on the first
That was
episode?
I think it's episode 2 we started.
Episode 2, and this will be episode 13. So it took us
12 episodes.
12 episodes, so 12 weeks to get through
That's
that
a full
entire bracket.
season.
That's a full
Yeah.
season.
We're dog.
Walked in.
Yeah.
Locked in.
We're gonna have to start looking, find more brackets, do things like this. We've been talking obviously offline about this, what the summer looks like with the Kentucky Prime Picks podcast. Not a lot of ball happening in the summer, so it'll be more things like this. If you've enjoyed this type of content, let us know. Send us some more brackets, maybe anything like that you guys may find interesting for us to kind of rant and talk about. That's kind of what this podcast ends up being, is more or less, rambling.
Ramble on.
Might even have to throw some futures in there as we start to come back into ball seasons.
Right. I'm super excited to do this podcast for college football, like a full season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the NFL.
And
NFL,
full season of college football, full
Love
season NFL. Next year, one thing we've talked about as well is keeping a running count of our, wins and losses.
Mm-hmm.
I've got an idea for next season too, of how we should do our bets and everything. 'Cause, we just do a lot of parlays. Obviously, we don't hit very well with those, so we might have to make a couple tweaks, a couple changes, see what happens.
We're gonna put a tweak out there, right? We're like Coach Cal in March. We're gonna throw a tweak out. We're gonna see how this works out. We're gonna start running the offense through Julius Randle. We're gonna get to the national championship. We're gonna get beat by UConn. Something slight,
But it's going to be a hell of a run.
but it's a tweak, baby.
It's our rookie season. What else can you
It's our
expect?
rookie
Yeah.
We're
season.
rookies.
Yeah. You think MJ won one in his rookie year?
He didn't.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
Braun?
He didn't.
No,
He definitely didn't.
Kobe?
We're not even on a great.
He didn't.
We're
All
not
right.
even on a great rookie contract
Norris
either.
Cole.
Maybe. Yeah. We're not Norris Cole level.
Yeah. We're trying, and we're getting there. All right, but that's going to wrap up the Kentucky Prime Picks podcast. We appreciate everybody listening. Have a good night, have a good weekend, and hopefully these bets hit.
Go Cats.